Go.
Hello, welcome back to FTLGMarathon. We have a race today, the first race of the marathon. We have Simpsons Hit and Run All Story Missions, the main category. We have Axington123 on the left and KthRam on the right. Commentating with me is its Ticker.
Hello.
And Ticker, if you would like to introduce yourself.
I'm Ticker, and I'm commentating this race for China.
Yep.
Great.
So I believe...
Great intro.
Definitely a great intro. Runners want to say anything before the race?
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna get smoked. Watch the guy with the Denmark flag. He's pretty good.
Well, other than that, I think we're ready to start.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready? Ticker, would you like to do the countdown?
Okay. The runners will go in 3, 2, 1, go.
And now we take a break.
Yep, we have a 40-second cutscene. So, Flag of Denmark. Very interesting choice of representation for magazine.
Definitely.
It was the only picture on my new computer, so
Yeah, you have the title Mr. Worldwide for a reason. So.
apparently I false started. I jumped to a gun.
Oh gosh, can't believe you cheat, Axie.
I went as soon as Tone Dog said go. I
I believe you have
insane reactions.
like a 2-second lead.
Yeah,
Maybe
go ahead.
1.5.
So, start the tutorial mission Cola Caper. See who does bush strat. I forget if they
Just quickly, they will sync up. It's because they're in different locations.
Can I reset? Reset?
Did you mess up bush strats? Why would you go for bush strats?
I do every run. I'm not gonna not go for it.
So bush strat is optimal in the very first mission of the run, where you drive into a bush and the family sedan magically just climbs up and you get a set of coins right before it, and it's faster. Saves about 6 seconds, 7 seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds because of the time you take to get it in petty theft. Used to get it in petty theft. So
I still personally get in petty theft because I don't like
Unless
resetting so many runs so early on.
in SMIT here, you reset here at the Van to the Krusty Burger. Well, most of the time. Sometimes you can take that fire truck jump, but you miss out on some coins, which are very crucial for the run. The first purchase will actually be coming up in a couple missions. So you need 150 coins.
Yep. And of course, the category is all story missions, so there's going to be a lot of mission warping to the next mission, although plenty of times the next mission starts where the last mission has just ended. You're going to see at the end of this mission that all you have to do is drive to the Simpsons house from Flanders.
Yeah, and you have to collect a bunch of items that Homer stole from Flanders and put them in random places. And we can discuss one of them. Do you have anyone in particular you want to discuss, Randall?
The cooler that KthRam is just getting up to, Barney. Barney's done some things to that cooler.
Oh, definitely.
I believe
might question the condition of that cooler.
I believe Barney said something along the lines of, "What will I use now as a bathroom?" So Put that way as you put that. This game has, honestly, a lot of great voice lines. Honestly, the voice lines itself are just so fun and great to listen to a lot. Although some are a little iffy.
Also, I got that box vest so optimally, and nobody noticed. I played a bit of snooker with the glass truck.
And now we have KthRam getting the neighbors boxes compared to Axie going for that bush strat in the first mission.
And the park they do by Flanders, the reason you don't park a little bit closer is because during mission completes, your car tends to despawn in a certain range, so you have to park a little further away, so you can get in a little faster.
We do have a €20 donation from David Topper saying, "Good like everybody represent the community." Thank you for the donation, David.
I think I know who that is.
I wonder who.
Docs.
Hey, he doxed himself.
But thank you. All donations are going to a great cause, Haven House Children's Hospice. Do you want any information? !charity, !donate. They have a very good cause. We're representing money for very, very good reasons. As always at FTLG.
Axie speedrunning hosting duties again.
You can't escape.
Onto Smithers now. This is probably one of the most critical, like, early game strats. Get him against the wall here, get him into here, and then we can just bang him from behind a little, you know? Until he blows.
Mine was so bad. Oh, I lost the ESS.
If anybody wants to join the community, we have a growing community, really. Just search Simpsons Hit and Run on speedrunner.com. There's a Discord. There's various videos and tutorials on how to get into the game, on how to set up a game, and everything like that. It's a very friendly community. Actually, Tone Dog has just become moderator in the community, so it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Actually, also just becoming a verifier.
And we host tournaments quite regularly. We have one coming up, a cheap percent tourney.
Yeah, I think there's a cash prize for that cheap percent 20 as well. You can still enter it. Yeah. If you want to quickly get into the game and enter the tourney, that is always an option.
My coins are a little low there, so I got into the car and then smashed that vent. It isn't optimal, but you don't lose too much time, and I've already missed a wasp and a couple of bits, so...
Yeah, early game coins can be quite important for the rest of the run. You don't really have many like expensive purchases until March, really, and your coins need to be pretty much set by the time you get to Apu, which is the 5th level out of 7 this game.
Also,
wait, is
both of the
Kithram still not in uphill? Oh, I'm already in uphill.
I mean, my Smithers was slow, but I don't think it was that slow, actually.
Where is the sexy footage?
Besides,
You're so sexy when you're paranoid.
Actually, how can you be in R2? You have to not fail 4-2.
Oh.
Right.
I mean, Hellfish also exists.
Sure.
The wall of speedrunning.
The wall of Axie.
So, You'll see me do a lot of camera flickbacks, especially in other levels. It's so the traffic despawns, and especially in follow missions, the car that you follow, this black van, will hit the traffic cars and will go out of the way sometimes to go on a different route from where it should be. But if you despawn the cars, you will have a smoother passageway. And coming up to the barn here, you definitely want him to go through the barn. But if you don't look back, he sometimes gets caught up on a traffic car and hits the side of a barn. And you'll see me slow down slightly going into a power plant, just so he doesn't crash against the wall at the bottom here.
Dang it, I was going to say that, Axie, because I was just doing it as you were talking about the barn. So
There.
basically, a lot of the follow cars have rubber banding, so the closer you are to them, the faster they'll travel. And if he's going too fast when entering the power plant, he will hit the wall and get stuck for a few seconds, lose a bit of time. But if you slow up just entering the car park, you'll slow down enough and not get stuck, which I'm guessing we both did.
Yeah, the only time that rubber banding doesn't really exist is when you're out of your car. I think it goes at 90% max speed.
Something like that.
So you would have seen Axie and KthRam going for certain wasps in FBI. And that just starts a discussion about wasp actors. So not for most levels. For most levels, it follows a simple rule of two wasps will have collision, and as a wasp spawns, it will alternate between like wasp A and wasp B. And wasp A, when it has no collision, when it's broken, the next time wasp A spawns, it won't have collision. This rule, though, is broken in two levels, level 1 and level 3. And it's a bit more confusing to explain because this game is confusing at points.
Basically, when a wasp can be spawned, two wasps at the same time can be spawned. It adds a wasp C, basically, is the best way to look at it. But the only time wasp C will ever be active is if there's a B and a second one active at exactly the same time. So it has to be a wasp which is close enough, like the Stonecutters panel.
Yeah, and then it gets confusing. Like, then wasp C and wasp A are active, and then wasp B is inactive. Yeah, weird stuff.
I guess
and you get like 3 freebies.
You'll see us main menu warp later on, which resets the wasp counter. And every time you go to a new level, it resets the wasp counter.
As sort of like a TLDR, if you ever see Axe and I go back to the main menu, you should expect us to hopefully get 2 wasps while in our car at some point, before we do it again.
Apart from one specific time, but we'll get onto that later when we get there.
Yeah, barge, right?
Yeah, and then we ground pound Mr. Burns because it's optimal.
Just like ground pounding Frank at the end of part 1. Do you do that as well?
So you see both Axie and KthRam trying to get a sports car at the start of the mission. Unfortunately, Axie messed up the camera, so couldn't get the optimal spawns for sports car. But there's like a 4 out of 5 chance you can get one there, and it makes the drive from 2-1 to 2-1 to the end of 2-2 pretty smooth and pretty fast. And fun fact, Honor Roller is actually the slowest vehicle option you have in all story missions in part 1. So any traffic car will beat it.
So you'll see us jump before we get the mission complete come up, and that's because if you jump or kick or do any action whilst your mission complete comes up, you can then move during the mission complete. Whereas if you are still on the ground, you will not be able to.
Also, something about the traffic cars compared to the honor roller on this level is there is no animation to get in and out of them. So, typically for the honor roller, you have to jump on top of it to skip the animation, and then getting out of the car, you can't skip that animation unless you're against the wall or against something. And then it still spawns you on top of the honor roller and you have to jump out of it. So, especially for this mission that we're on right now, weapons, getting in and out of the vehicles to talk to Snake and Otto, and then Ralph eventually, is a lot faster in a traffic car compared to always getting out the honor roller without an animation. With the animation on the honor roller.
Although, fun fact, I have been to Denmark. Denmark is probably my second favorite country I've ever been to. Very, very nice country. If anyone ever wants to go, vacation, do recommend.
Ooh. I rainbowed that mission.
Cool.
You
What's your
must have been
first favorite
trash
country?
every other time.
Hmm?
You must have had to trash two every other time then.
Ouch.
The burn.
Excuse me, you don't need to burn me, Axie. I'll burn myself enough. I'm probably about to fail this mission, like I tend to.
So, fun fact about the mission that KthRam's on right now. So during missions, you can't really buy anything, typically. In this parking lot near the hospital, you can buy Mr. Plow from Homer, which you do later on. And Axie over here, one of the things known for is trying to buy Mr. Plow during a race. And failing the mission. It was quite the sight to see, I'd say.
There's a slight tactical error, I will admit.
Luckily, he remembered not to do that. So, something to know about the black van in this mission is you need to turn left or right. And if he turns left, there's a possibility he can get stuck at a train yard for seconds, which is unfortunate. Although, pick up the wasp seems to be some sort of a fix for that, and I don't think it's actually gotten stuck for Kate. So,
Yeah, it actually went really well. This could be somewhat fast.
Oh my god. What's going on?
Did Axie get the...
What?
Did you get the black van stuck up the top?
No, it got down and then just decided to nose plan into the ground for like 5 seconds.
Oh,
I thought it was on Tony Hawk's or Simpsons skateboarding. If anybody likes this game and goes, I'll see whatever games are in the Simpsons, repertoire. Don't. There's only like 2 or 3 good Simpsons games out there.
Yeah,
And
this-
Simpsons
and Simpsons
skateboarding
wrestling.
is not one of them. Obviously, the top 3 are tapped out, wrestling, and skateboarding.
And skateboarding was not one of them. Your last sentence.
Yes.
KthRam here is doing a main menu warp, and that's just the thing we were discussing before, how it resets wasp factors. So
The Axie sneeze made it onto another marathon.
sneeze a lot.
That was a pretty decent jump. Slightly different, right? I don't make many warfare.
There's various like one routes you can do with wasps and stuff depending on what you want to do. It's pretty flexible, which is pretty nice.
Oh, apparently the streamer's got connection problems.
It slows down a bit and fast forwards, but nothing too extreme.
I think I have wonky driving.
That is not good in the clear shot. Also, KthRam coming a little bit close with that final drop.
Oh, I didn't notice. Someone said it was on my end. I think it is.
It was on your end a little bit.
Oh,
It wasn't too bad though.
bugger it. Oh,
Oh, that is so unlucky.
No!
Having
know.
a police car spawn there has to be some of the worst.
it drove
Let's
there.
see,
It didn't spawn.
Yes, driving there is very unlucky. Like, not being able to drive at the park is not. Yeah, these collections for that final drop have been a little close. I mean, 7-6 seconds isn't that close. But if you make a mistake and get the wrong boost, you can definitely fail if you're not careful.
I almost got crushed by the train.
Yeah, you were just slowly driving with it when it was just stuck there. It is possible for the Cleus truck to explode there, which is a fail condition. So if Axie were to blow up the Cleus truck there, Axie would have to start from the very beginning. Although,
Yeah.
if you blow up your car and you grab a wrench before the actual car blows up, you save it and the fail condition does not exist. But that is very rare that you blow up right next to a wrench.
One thing that we haven't touched upon is the FPS differences. This is one of the games which allows any FPS really. We don't cap FPS. We don't make it so you have to play a certain FPS. There's so many different variances that people play on. I think in this VC alone we have 4 different FPS values.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be
Yes.
correct.
The simple summary of FPS is low FPS, better, easier cutscene skips. You can clip through stuff, and yeah, because that's just normal.
And
And
higher damage.
Yeah, higher damage. To do with like e-brake boost into cars, but just hitting cars in general gives you more damage and low FPS. And this isn't. It's the opposite. As you increase your FPS, and one thing that's prevalent about high FPS is larger boosts, which help go slightly faster in missions, especially in early game, but can also help significantly with out of bounds in Roma 2, depending on what you do. But I don't think we'll be able to touch on that too much with the strats these runners do.
Until I do bridge clip.
Oh, are you on the 60 X?
He said
Yes,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Axe has changed the FPS so many times over the past 12 hours. What next minute? 1 minute he's unlimited, 120, 60, 46. I don't know.
I went with 60 just because that's the one I'm most used to. But
So KthRam's onto a very skill-based mission in sellouts. The instructions are quite satisfying when you get them. Like, you hit cars head on and do massive damage, and then you can stop it. You can like get 2 to 3 shots. There's backups to it, which aren't too much slower. But if you get a car wrong, it can really screw up the whole split.
Especially second car, I find. If a first car you can back up nicely, the last car has lots of backup spots, but like car 2,
Yeah, car 2
like
throws
backing that one
everything
up.
throws everything
Whack,
off.
yeah.
Yeah, you get a
Okay.
different police station. It's over.
Because the lineup for car 3 then changes as well.
Yeah, you want to be hitting it head on, get the most amount of damage, and then hit it into that hole as KthRam's done.
Oh,
Very unconventional
Ooh.
strats.
dang.
Let's follow up.
KthRam just got car bomb, which does quite a lot of damage to a sellout's car. And also gives 10 coins every time you blow up a car. So not only was there damage, KthRam got 10 coins.
Start to make up the pit of my coins currently.
Also, that was a very, very good setup for me.
Yes.
Mine was
Yeah,
pretty good.
634.
Jesus.
But I was one hit, like, going around the roundabout. I just wanted to hit it in a place where I could still just go on. I could have got like a 638, 49 there.
Not bad. Do you have cutscene skip? It's like a near frame perfect trick, which Axie's probably going to miss, despite being on the lower FPS. We'll see. Oh, the one pause, the flex.
Ooh.
I'm just happy I got it. But one
Proving
point,
me wrong.
Jesus.
I heard you, and I went, no.
Don't worry, we still have a couple more cutscene skips in the run.
Yep.
If I miss a poo, I'll donate $10 to charity.
Oh,
Easy.
let's go.
You heard it here.
You should never miss a poo on 60 FPS.
Yeah, it's probably. I think the window is actually the largest for Apu cutscene as well.
Yeah. And you can just mash. Whereas the other two skippable cutscenes, you have to pause buffer, or just one pause. Apu, you can mash, or you can alt tab. But on low FPS, there's no point alt tabbing and pause buffering, just because of the fact that it is such a large window. On 60, when you get higher FPS, that's when you alt tab.
Though you will see me not alt tab because I don't like alt tabbing Apu cutscene.
Yeah, it's preference at the end of the day. But hopefully they both get Apu cutscene. Otherwise, we get a 2-minute 20 cutscene.
I mean, at least chat can spam brain slug. I like it.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna go for something risky to fix my coins.
So, Clueless is like a driving mission, but it's also very important for the coin route run. You've got so many options of coins you can get with boat jump, beach, and Krusty Loo. Most players tend to get Krusty Loo, but you can, if your coins are really good, you can skip it. And it does save quite a decent chunk of time.
I believe Axie was at one hit. The car was at one hit, but grabs the wrench midair. If Axie missed it, could have just reset the car, and then there's a wrench on the beach that Axie also collected, as it's in the way. But blowing up the car there would be pretty bad.
Oh,
I've done it before, and you have to run to the phone booth to pick up Malibu.
That gives me a mechanic I can talk about. So if you're in midair, you want to let go of like your accelerate button, because when you're just about to land, you can press the accelerate button, and you don't take any damage when you like accelerate as just before going down. I have no idea why that works, but it's better than blowing up your car. And plus, the thing is a little fast because you get that little boost off the ground to maintain your speed.
That was a very smooth Krusty Loo for me there.
Oh, same. I got Krusty Loo as well, Axie. And boat
Actually,
jump.
KthRam got both boat jump and Krusty Loo, so just making up those coins from that bust during Better Than Beef.
That is sort of a risky strategy I go for when I'm low on coins.
Oh,
Oh, that was clean, ish. Luckily, the Clear's truck didn't try and clip through the Longhorn, which can sometimes happen on low FPS, and it can be very annoying.
when
If
me
that
and
happens, you
Tondo
most
did a
definitely
23
restart.
FPS race, it just went through me. It was as if it didn't even touch me; it just clipped through my car.
That's low FPS.
The capabilities of PS2.
Here's the first outfit of the run. Cool for Lisa. Required to start the mission after this, getting it now because it's faster to get now. As the thing you buy it from is right at the end of 3-4, and then you just warp afterwards.
So, upon warping to 3-4, you would have seen both KthRam and Axie pause unpause to skip the panning. This, like, usually there'll be like black bars normally, but if you go into a countdown mission, and afterwards either enter an interior or go into a phone booth, you are able to skip the panning to the mission, which saves a bit of time. There's also enter skip storage, which I'm surprised we haven't brought up yet.
Yes, I know.
Where
Both did it several times.
Where like you can do it at the end of this mission possibly. You can enter the phone booth and hold the change camera button for your vehicle when you're out of the car. In the phone booth, you select the car and then you hold the change camera button, and your camera will change like mouse look mode. And then you can warp to a mission, and it will allow you to like skip the camera pan like it's a normal dialogue tag, for whatever reason. Yeah,
I believe that was found by Bacon Man 12. I remember
maybe.
correctly.
I don't know.
Okay, that was a second car strat.
Mine was disastrous. I'm guessing you got it stuck on the log.
No, I got it and then like missed smashing it into the thing, and then somehow it was still fine.
Oh no. Oh, the confidence from Axe to call the Malibu before the sedan's destroyed. So if you remove your car, like the school bus, and call the Malibu, for example, you can't actually enter the Malibu because you'll fail the mission automatically. So if the sedan doesn't blow up, then you've essentially failed the mission because you can't enter your car and the sedan hasn't blown up, so there'll be a countdown 10 seconds to tell you that you're going to fail. So yeah. Luckily, we didn't see something like that.
And now we do a Snake song.
Well, there once was a man known as Snake.
Man named Snake.
He was as lovely and sweet as a cake.
He dropped the beer can before jumping the dam. He was nice today, yay.
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 I'm pretty sure that was this strat was found by Mango, who was in the chat earlier. I called it a strat very loosely.
Fast Freak Man.
One of probably the oldest runners. He doesn't run anymore, but still hangs about sometimes. Good old Fast Fruit Man.
I'm surprised this is actually so close. Just talking about the race in general.
Yeah, no, I keep hearing
Pretty
you
cool to
referring to us at the same place.
Yeah, you're pretty much at the same spot. Like, I think at the moment, Axie's like 2 or 3 seconds ahead RTA.
Makes sense.
Oh
given
no,
my hellfish.
Don't worry. Axie struggled getting a
fish.
a certain box.
Oh, that box. That box is easy.
It is, but I clipped the little barrel right before it. I took it a bit too tight.
Also similar coins as well, like 650-ish is very solid.
Usually, I'll take 600 out of this level. The only reason they're so high is because I did that risky strat and got a bunch of extra coins.
Spam the emotes in the chat, guys. Let's get some hype for FTLG. Of course, we're raising money for Haven House. If you want to speak a little about the charity, Tone Dog, go ahead.
Definitely. So Haven House is a charity that we are supporting. I was not prepared for this. As you can tell. I was very enjoying the race. Of course.
Don't worry, Axie will take over. Got it all memorized.
They are serious for taking care of ill babies and children up to the age of 18 by creating a loving and warm environment for them and their families while they go through the toughest times. So if you would like to donate, you can do !donate in the chat. And all donations will be very much appreciated.
And there are a lot of giveaways for this event. I think I counted like about 80 giveaways. And if you donate, you will be put into the hat basically to be chosen at random for the event. There's some really cool prizes. There's one there's a couple of prints by Yuri. Forgot his last name, but he does the voice actor for Ben 10 and Sasuke and several others. So yeah, it's just really cool. There's also a hat giveaway from me. If you have the best or the funniest donation message for my choice, you will get a hat.
I mean, like this hat?
But yeah.
I forgot I had to actually progress to the next level before I can put on a hat.
Not quite that hat. A FTLG merch hat.
Ooh.
Because FTLG has merch, which I know, Tone Dog, you possess a shirt.
I'm wearing that shirt right now.
Will we see it in your run coming up in like an hour or so?
Yep, you will.
Let's go.
So back to the run. We have a donut fire coming up, which runners often struggle with a lot. It's like where you get the donut truck stuck in that like hut next to that random building, which is KthRam's trying to guide into now, and he can get jumps a little faster instead of doing what Axie's doing and blocking him. But sometimes neither of these circumstances happen, and the donut truck goes for a journey. He could get to church, school, power plant. Who knows? This is why we get him stuck out.
Now we're on to 4-2. I think we're like within frames of each other. Like maybe a second or two difference right now.
It is very close. Although I believe KthRam is in the lead by a couple seconds. Maybe.
Makes up for
Yeah,
the false starts.
my blocking strat there was pretty slow, but it's consistent. If you get that, it is consistent. And I just didn't get the right angle at all on my first hit to be able to get donut fire, so I just took the backup, took a little bit of time loss.
Playing it safe
Which
is
you have to do.
Yeah, it's much better to play it safe in that mission, because if you try and go for donut fire when you're not in a good position to do it, donut truck will just get away, and like Tika said, you could travel halfway across the map before you can really catch up to it.
It's okay though, I'll catch up to KthRam in no time, given his skill level.
Yeah, that's honestly quite fair. Your PB is a minute better than mine currently.
I haven't played the game in 3 months though, so...
Yeah, I'm not necessarily playing well today.
Fine, 60's a cheat code.
KthRam's just hopping on like copium right now. Not doing spam grind because spam grind sucks, but doing my own grind. Because individuality is key.
Don't you already have a grind of 6-2?
That is a cool grind.
Uh-oh.
Fun
So was
fact, if you fail by the school in this mission, when you restart the mission, your road pretty much turns invisible, and it's something to do with the load nodes of the game. And the loading zones. There's some weird things that can happen in this game if you mess with load zones.
During the rest of this fall mission, I would like to read out a donation that we just received. Thank you, Burger Pits, for the 20-euro donation with the message of "Keep up the great work, guys." Very much appreciated.
Burger Pitch, that's a great name.
I agree.
And it's always good to get more donations. It's going to a great cause.
And we're up to 340 British pounds. Which is really cool to see after just, what, this is the third run?
Yeah. It's incredible.
You can also donate to different incentives and polls during the event. And you can control what happens in certain runs and what things are named. And I know there's a run, I think tomorrow or the day after, a Minecraft Harry Potter where you get to decide which house the runners will be in.
Oof.
So you all know Ravenclaw is the best house.
Gryffindor is clearly the best house.
Nobody wants to be in Gryffindor. It's all about Ravenclaw or Slytherin. Nobody wants to be a Gryffindor. Nobody grows up and goes, "Oh, I like Harry Potter's my favorite character, and I like Gryffindor." No.
I mean, There are other characters in Gryffindor, you know, and if you're in at least you're not in Hufflepuff.
I was about to say Hufflepuff game.
See, I always jokingly say that my partner's a Hufflepuff, and she gets all mad because she's a little Slytherin, but you know. It's all about Ravenclaw dominance.
I've had enough of this. Let me just doing something. It's just a Cletus mission anyway.
It's the last one though. Bye, Cletus.
Fun fact, you can drive Cletus's truck after this mission if you get into it in a certain amount of time after, but it's not something that is faster, it's just a little bit of swag.
Also, this is like one of the shortest missions in the game, where you just race Brigham to the retirement castle because they couldn't think of anything else. This to fit in between this.
And then it's
Definitely
followed
a
by
filler.
the absolute longest mission in the game. Where it's
Yo, Sarah, thank you for the 1,000 bits.
wow. That's a huge donation. Thank you so much.
Sarah being one of the amazing hosts that we have on the team, and I'd just like to give a quick shout out to all the hosts, the organizers, and everybody who helps run this event. It's a very cool staff team, apart from that Axington123 fellow. He's a bit yikes. But everybody else has done an amazing job setting this up and getting voice actors to commentate on some of the runs and all the prizes and everything. It's just an amazing thing that Corey has managed to do and everybody else.
I agree.
The 5% wasp failed again.
Ah, I got it.
So something about this mission we should talk about is in many ways this mission can go wrong. So let's start with the fail glitch, where if you're too far from the chaser dam and it drops an item, like it could be a great, like the green bar won't be empty, but it can drop an item and you're fat. So
What, like I'm in fear of doing right now?
yes, exactly that.
Oh no! Ah no! Ah no!
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the fail glitch.
Oh no. Axie!
As a good example. So next is
Two cycle.
the chase sedan soft locking somewhere. Chase sedan, it can hit a traffic car, you know, and you'll just be going in circles for like until it fixes itself. Could be infinitely. Or you can get two cycle, which it like let's just say the 8th drop drops in the 9th drops spot, and they overlap, and you have to chase it in. Has to take the entire loop again until it gets to the trigger where it can finally drop the 9th drop again.
I guess the super simplified version of it is the game badly designed. 9th drop drops before the 8th drop, and game doesn't know what to do, so the car just drives around the map again.
To be fair, it does know what to do. It's just I'm surprised the chase sedan just doesn't go confused and drive in circles afterwards. I'll be completely honest. At least they thought about
Yeah,
including another loop.
true. It could have just stopped there.
We did just get another donation from commentator Ticker.
Oh,
50 British pounds with the message. Ready for this? Axie smells.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Please tell me that's the one animated emote on this channel.
Wow! Ooh!
For anyone who
Boo.
doesn't know, that's an animated emote in the Discord server for this event.
It's actually Axie Get it right?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
A planet with
Yeah.
an antenna. That sounds awfully familiar.
But yeah, we get a nice little cutscene that's unskippable in the middle of the run. Conveniently placed, actually. We've tried finding skips for it before. It has been skipped a few times, but it's been put down to like random PC issues and such. There's no really consistent way to make it skipping the cutscene save time. But I think it's a nice cutscene in the middle of a run to watch.
Yeah, most of the time it's hardware issue, and then it usually crashes after the cutscene if you skip it, like when you try to do the next mission. But that is devastating. It went from a very, very tight run to... Oh, okay. GG.
What happened?
I failed mission.
Oh, again?
No, it loses like a minute.
Oh, well, it's not GG. I mean, we have that 2-minute cutscene, which I am known to miss. And the 2 strats beforehand, which I also tend to miss.
It ain't over until it's over.
And together, those 2 strats at the end of the Arpu level, followed by the cutscene skip, can lose upwards of 4 minutes. So this run is by no means over. Axie could very easily come back. He could come back in the next mission, Cola Trucks, where you have to destroy 3 cola trucks, and there's a big sort of skill difference between the best runners and everyone else.
The main issue is I'm one of those runners who, even though I have a good time, I do not have a good cola trucks.
Haven't you gotten sub 3 recently?
Axie Sake is now on BTTV.
Hey! Oh, I need to refresh the stream. Oh no, I need to refresh chat to see it.
So, coins are used to buy forced purchasables in the speedrun. The current runs that we've currently had to buy are Plow King in level 1, Mr. Plow in level 2, Lisa Cohen School Bus in level 3, and Marge Inmate and Marge Police in level 4. And we have to collect a considerable amount of coins throughout the run. The biggest coin patch of like buying stuff is in Apu, where you have to buy. Yeah, you have to have like 925 coins at one time to be able to progress through the game. And yeah, coin rounding's very important if you want to get a semi-competitive time in this game.
Yeah, coin route is one of the main things that you need to learn as a new runner. Really. It probably saves from the, like, when you first start running to actually having a route, it probably saves about 10 to 15 minutes just having a, maybe even longer depending on how bad it is, because you don't realize just how many coins you need at the start of a poo, so you don't, when you first start, you don't necessarily save for a poo, you just get coins when you see them.
One common mistake a lot of new runners do is they focus a lot on sort of the strats, like, you know, destroying these cola trucks, for example, rather than where to get coins, determining if they have a good amount of coins and what they can skip / what they should pick up. And the coins are definitely far more important in the scheme of things. You can lose maybe a minute to some bad strats, but you could lose multiple minutes with bad coins.
Yeah, exactly.
Agreed.
Also, his collar
Okay.
shocks are a pain. This is a very insanely skill-based mission. Like, there's so many factors you have to think about in this mission. Like, you have to blow up 3 collar shocks. You have to drive optimally without hitting traffic. Collecting coins, avoiding hit and run. It's a nearly 3-minute split, or like 3 minute for most people. Plus, so it's very easy to get hit and run, get busted, lose 50 coins, and then suddenly your coin route is in trouble for Apu, unless you've got very good coins.
That was my first ever sub 3 cola trucks, and I am now only barely red.
Ooh.
I do not want to say how my first truck went.
Fair enough.
How bad
Oh,
is
that's
it? Where
funny.
did it go?
Try the below the ramp that you take.
No, Axie. Church sign strat. It's not a bad backup.
That's what I went for. It just didn't work.
Oh,
I despawned a traffic car, and then another traffic car went in the same place, but slightly ahead of where it was.
that first truck's such a rough one. That's unfortunate.
It happens. The first collar truck can be quite brutal, at times, especially if you're not, like on your A game.
And now I seem to be having internet issues.
I just polished that. My bad.
Bruh.
Yeah, it's all 3 strats missed. This third truck's a bit hard to back up if you don't get like the first couple of strats. Hey,
My
you have to
second
drive around.
strat was fine.
It was okay, but it wasn't the most optimal. Yeah, if you don't get like the first initial strats of the collar truck, you have to like go around the tire fire and try and go for this backup. And even then, if you like don't blow it up there, it goes around the trailer park, which is just even more time. It like adds up a lot, and now this collar truck is stuck. Look. He's not failing the mission.
Who would ever
You
fail
know
this
it's gone
mission?
bad when it's gone bad when the only thing that the commentator can say is, "Look, he's not failing." Oh my god!
To be fair, failing 4-7 is very hard to do.
You know what?
Actually, not.
You'll get some momentum backing up.
Yeah, again, Axie. I am notorious for mucking up the end of our proof and mucking up home too.
We are only $10 away from 400. Well, £10 away from raising £400 so far.
That'd be a
It's
huge
very
achievement
exciting.
to reach.
KthRam's coins are looking quite good. He's already got American, so he only needs 500 coins, Carbon Homer. So he's set for that, and probably even for like the rest of the run, provided like nothing majorly goes wrong with the coin route. Have to take a bust, miss some wasps and stuff, which could happen, but it's unlikely.
In short, it depends on 5, 6, and 5, 7. the last 2 missions of this level. Because you can very easily miss 2 wasps in that mission and in the second last mission and get busted in the last one.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you're getting monorail wasps still, you could probably afford to miss armor truck wasps. With your coins at the moment.
True, they are much higher than I'm used to. I'm up about 50, 70 coins on what I usually have. And we don't need too many more coins at this point. Oh my. This is a mission.
Oh yeah, baby van.
Oh boy, where do we begin? This, if there's any reason to not like this game, it's Baby Van. Simply because the Shell developers don't know how to code.
It just
well,
wheelied over
I
me.
won't say. Like they put a value wrong for Baby Van, and now this is what we get. We get sometimes good Baby Van, sometimes bad Baby Van. You know,
Sometimes maybe good.
and we won't say that second part.
Basically, they forgot to put one number into the code for Baby Van. It instead draws a random number from the game's memory, and because we have no idea what number it's drawing, we can't predict how Baby Van will drive. Which means you're sort of just hoping it steers itself into a wall, or gets itself close enough to one.
There is kind of a manipulation for it, where like you restart mission and like you point your camera a certain way, but it's very weird how it works. So
Oh my god. Oh no, I accidentally clicked no.
Oh, found 5-1.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Fine.
For anyone who doesn't know, the reason why that's so bad is because 5-1 is the only mission you can't just walk to the start of. You have to drive all the way there. And by hitting no, Axie now has to drive all the way back instead of just restarting the mission.
And this is also like one of the longest missions in the game, to like failing it close to the end as well, and then saying no and having to drive back is so much time lost. It's honestly kind of disheartening and probably very painful for Axel.
On the plus side, the later you fail in the mission, the closer you are back to the start. So he doesn't have to drive too far back if it was super late in the mission.
It was by town hall, so it was still at like 20-30 seconds.
You know what the mistake was? You didn't buy a limo.
Do you know what the mistake was, Axie? Ticker's saying it was close at the start of 4-2.
Yes, ever since we were told, it's close to 4-2, and then I made the joke of being a higher skilled runner. As soon as I said
it was actually turned
I'm
off.
higher
You said
skilled.
that?
Oh yeah, sorry,
Just
you
wanna
said it in
correct
level
that.
3.
Yeah. Needed to correct that.
I do remember saying that they're only seconds apart, but I don't think I started it.
Yeah, no,
Unsure.
unsure.
For
I'll
anyone
take the
wondering,
blame though.
I'm looking back here because if you're not looking at some of the AI cars when you're following them, they drive a little bit better. And the garbage truck is known to sort of swerve about and take a long time. So by looking back, it drives a little bit better, behaves a bit more, and drives a bit quicker.
Yeah. I don't feel like it does that much, but it does like make sure there's no traffic in the way, which could mess up its driving path, I guess. So, that has a small benefit.
That wasp didn't want to stick around.
Sick game. Okay, so I have my book of excuses ready. Sick game. Sun was in my eyes. It was a missed input. The game dropped my input.
This is why I don't play on 60.
For anyone who doesn't know, the wasp has come to me now after it ran away. For anyone who doesn't know, those are common excuses used by a few of Axie's friends who also run this game. In particular, the sun shining in their eyes was a reason why they apparently missed the cutscene skip. I think.
So now I'm on to Baby Van.
Oh, nice.
Let's see how your baby van behaves. Looks a lot better than KthRam.
So while we're in Never Trust a Snake, I'll just discuss the limo joke I made earlier. So recently, it was discovered that you can drive through rules, like certain parts of rules, with the two guild cars you can buy in Bar 1. The limo and the fire truck. And buying the limo is actually viable in some categories now. And you could just drive at a wall like it doesn't exist. And yeah, you can drive through it and get to a part of the map faster, which is helpful in 5.1 and 5.5. The reasoning why you can drive this well, no clue, because it's only like one or two cars that can drive through these specific spots. Very weird.
And aren't they both level 2 guild purchases?
They are.
Yes, they are.
Yep.
And yeah, that's a weird coincidence, if it is a coincidence.
Yeah, this game's weird, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love when that happens.
Oh, that bar looking almost empty though.
I think
Yeah,
I
you-
would have cried if I'd have failed there. Or here.
Are you okay,
If-
Max?
If I fail much more, I'm gonna have to do any percent strats.
I mean, I could show off the limo if there's really a huge difference.
You could.
Oh yeah, no, at this point, I'm not even gonna be in Homer 2 by the time
Oh,
140 ends up.
So you can get the armored truck stuck under the monorail, and then he'll just blow himself up, which is quite useful because he has a lot of health. But sometimes you can miss the strat, and you miss out on some wasps, and you have to you can't take any shortcuts. You just have to blow up the armored truck casually, guide it into walls and such. No FPS has the benefit of getting like faster backups very easily. With the damage thing comes to huge effect in this mission. But yeah, luckily the armored truck is driving somewhat towards where you're going to be at the end, which is the businessman area again. But sometimes your car can get more damage than the armored truck. You might need a wrench. But
Oh. Okay. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was further in the mission. So this garbage truck on the Axie side can get soft locked at this fourth drop area and just spin in circles, and it's very hard to get out. Luckily, that is not what happened. Just hit the wall. We're all clear, we're all good. Fourth drop is dropped, garbage truck is not stuck. Scared me with that noise.
I am once again one hit from death.
So, KthRam will be doing another destruction mission. Now you get like a double whammy at the end of Apu of destruction missions, which you can hopefully get some strap for. It's like a fast creative method is a decent backup, but sometimes if you get a bit unlucky, curator can just drive off, can go into the tunnel, get a police station, hopefully not on the highway.
I hope not, to be honest.
You can compound and lose minutes.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. No, damn it. Let's blow up that car and damage the curator. This is now very bad.
Ah, that's not much damage from the looks of it.
No, not at all.
Oh, this isn't the ideal scenario for Kyoto. Getting, if you get it by the end of the tunnel, it's, well, guess okay, but afterwards, it's very hard to back up.
This shows just how like bad my two fails were earlier, just because of how I'm still nowhere near. Failing 5-1 is like a death knell. I think even that would still make you in the lead by a minute or so.
I mashed that escape key so hard because I did not want to miss that. My run went from very likely to PB to most likely not going to PB now. In just 2 missions.
Dang.
End of our poop. It's very rough.
I'm not even onto armor truck yet.
There's still Homer 2. Bridge clip. It's very consistent for you. And same with
So I often call 6-1 the hardest mission in Bart 2. And I do it for a reason. Like doing this mission optimally, it's very hard. There's a cycle with that log. You need to focus and try and get the drops fast to get there. You've also got to focus on not getting hit and run in this Woodport area, as well as having enough coins to purchase glowbacks.
Oh my god, he got brick skip. Oh my god.
Yes. A low FPS only exclusive trick to save like under a second with a faster line. Going to pick up the envelope at the end of that mission.
In no mission warps, you save at least a second because you can do it twice.
Yep.
So it was KthRam avoided hit and run here. Yes. If KthRam got busted there, there would have been a need to coin grind in the coin grinding room, which in Krusty Loot, which KthRam picked up both KthRam actually picked up a coin room like that in Lisa. That one would have just been grinded. Which I should discuss coin grinding a little bit. If you don't destroy a box or a vend, like kick him twice, and then say warp or restart a mission, you can regenerate the coins inside.
So I could explain this one because I just did a coin grind. So That vent I kicked at the start of the mission, I only kicked it twice, so I didn't end up destroying it. And because I'm now completing the mission and driving away, I'll eventually respawn it later on in the level. Then I can destroy it and I'll get all of the coins from the vending machine again. So they'll essentially regenerate coins for me endlessly. And in 100%, you need upwards of 6,000 coins throughout the game. And because of that, you often have to just sit in that room there and kick boxes for about 30 minutes of the 100% speedrun. Sort of using that trick.
Also, that armor truck was clean.
Yes. So X is gonna gain time on that mission. During when the armor truck is stuck, also you saw Axie get some coins, getting the wasp at the sand rotate, just killing off the time waiting there. Although, if those coins were already gone, you technically can drive on the highway a certain way, and the armored truck will stay in there. But if you drive too far away, it will deload the area, and the armored truck will get out. So as long as you stay within, the area is fine. It's quite a large area, but nonetheless, could escape if you drive too far away, just from deloading the area.
Oh, the dash.
What happened?
Curator gonna curate.
Parked car, or it just got a boost on the bin?
You got bin boost.
Ah. That little exchange is basically just saying that Axie's curator drove over a bin, and because it drove over a bin, it got a speed boost, which meant Axie couldn't catch up to it and do the normal strat. Whereas in my case, there
It's
was
really
a parked
weird
car.
that a bin is cause of time loss. TPS check.
Struggling to get into that gazebo. And Axie skips the cutscene as well, saving 2 minutes and 20 seconds, but KthRam also did, so even ground in the race.
I have to apologize for not representing the nation of Denmark very well today. Any Danish people out there, I apologize. For pølse. And pølse is just a type of sausage.
Oh.
Type of sausage.
Fun fact.
Random facts that I don't think I needed to know.
Yes, you did. Well, I got hit and run very, very early. I don't think I've ever got it that early. Okay.
Oh, that is very early. Wow. And to get busted as well. Wow. Okay. Oh,
There's
no.
nothing I could do about that bust, though.
Yeah, that's a hard one to avoid. Aside from not getting hit and run. Carry from there got fast stuff truck, which you use the speed boost you get from like letting go and pressing accelerate again around that corner to catch up with the duff truck and Globex, and you can get him stuck at the taffy shop and get 6 drops very fast. In NG Plus, you can actually just catch up normally in open wheel, but yeah.
Now Axie's buying the Globex. The only thing left to buy in the run that's required is the zombie car, which costs 500 coins, which is required to start the second mission in level 7.
And obviously, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, come on.
I'm
Yeah,
very good at this game, by the way. Top 50.
So, what KthRam's goal there was to get Skinner stuck near that wall where Krusty Lou is on the other side. And by destroying Skinner's stand there, it would have granted KthRam some coins because the explosion blows up a vend in a couple boxes.
Commentators didn't notice chat. Keck W. They lack the critical information.
This is yeah. Axie driving the Husk there was
Oh, facts.
not very fast in the speed run, and almost guaranteed a fail.
Well, we've both failed a mission now.
What do you mean? I failed 3 missions.
Yeah, as in we've both failed one, at least one.
I failed 3 missions. One of them's like the longest mission in the game.
Whereas I sort of failed the shortest.
Oh yeah, something to talk about with Septikill. So you have 25 stands to destroy during this mission. But the timer to get back to Krusty Lou doesn't actually start until you get the 25th drop. Now, this mission is usually dubbed very hard by casual players. But you can skip a stand that or certain stands to make it easier to drive back to Krusty Lou. You can also reset by at a certain part of the boat to skip the drive around the boat, and that saves some time as well. And with all the skips that you can do in this mission, it actually makes the mission quite a lot easier. But there's still some difficulty. It's not as tight as it could be just collecting the 25th stand like at the top of the gas station.
And if you sort of notice on my screen going back, you sort of like drive off the edge of the ramp there off the side. If you hit the Ring of Fire and you don't make that jump, you've essentially failed that mission. And I nicked it. I like barely nicked it when I was taking the jump, so nearly lost 2.5 minutes there on Axie.
I won't even finish in time, so you know.
I think you can still finish on time.
I'm still in 6-3. I don't think I will.
It's doable.
And you can definitely finish like within estimate or even like a minute or two over. At worst. As long as you don't like do anything tragic. Now that I've said that to myself, maybe you will go significantly over estimate.
I mean, if he goes over
Wow.
estimate, at least we can see the limo out of bounds. I'll show it off if we have time.
But you're in Homer too. Damn, I'm halfway through 6-3.
Yeah, 7-1. For once, I've gotten all 3 cutscene skips.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fail 6-3.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is way too close.
Oh,
Oh, very
So-
lucky there.
So, Tika, you said beforehand that either I'm gonna PB or I'm gonna make hilarious moments.
Here's the ladder.
Yeah. You know what?
Is this a point where I just activate the cheats?
nah.
Not. Let's be honest. Not until I'm out of bounds in 7-3.
Alright, true, yeah.
Hey, KthRam just needs one more coin. There you go. 500 coins right before 7-2.
Showcase.
Do you have a bit of chips? Oh my god, what are you doing?
Now there are no more coins needed for the run, so you will not see me hit another box, wasp, or vend most likely. I may hit random things like trees that get coins, but that's usually not of my own choice.
So if you don't get enough speed, usually you can go full speed into the Duff Truck's back and get it back up there. But it wasn't at the correct angle because of some weird angling and stuff. Duff Truck was a bit too far ahead for that. So we're gonna try and see some improvisation from that to try and get the Duff Truck into some sort of strat sooner rather than later. And we have 3 jobs.
Oh no. Oh, this is a repeat of my PB 7-2. Down
It was
to
all
the
going
hidden
so
run.
well until I said that I'm a higher skill leveled runner.
Oh, jeez. My
You
car
got a
is
bit
one hit
too
from
overconfident.
death. Oh, there we go. Well, that's a fail.
Yikes. The zombie car is... Toughness
Ooh.
is absolutely nothing. It is.
It is
Exactly
one of
like
the worst
paper.
cars in the game to drive. It's very bouncy, very hard to control, and it is very weak. No, it should just be one audio. Shouldn't it? No.
During 7-2 is an example of some out of bounds you can do. You can do some resets, or you can do a yeet from the pet cemetery, and you can get out of bounds near the bridge area. And the purpose this serves is it deloads the power plant at the end of the mission, so you don't have to climb the power plant wall. It saves a little bit of time, and it also saves a little bit less annoyance, because that 7-3 wall, especially higher FPS, tends to be gradually get harder to climb the wall consistently and get fast enough times. Low FPS makes the wall a bit more bouncy for the hover car, but makes it so you can still reverse up and get. And usually it's pretty consistent, whereas you might have to deal with some cages on high FPS at collision.
Well, here on KthRam stream, we're about to see some out of bounds. So, what KthRam just did was bounce off the wall to attach to this wall. Now is realigning to get a good angle to drive up and over the wall. Gonna slowly be hanging up there.
Getting stuck on the roof somehow. What am I stuck on?
Yeah, this is an example of how getting out of bounds can be a bit of a difficulty. Why some
Oh,
runners might.
oh,
Oh my!
Actually, almost
Anyway.
missing the jump over that railing.
Yeah, that wall there is essentially why runners will often like eventually move to 7-2. This wall can sometimes give you varied results, and the varied results at the end of a run is infuriating.
At that time, the roof decided not to trap my car. Fun.
Well, there you go. KthRam is out of bounds. A whole lot of nothing and just still image and nothingness.
The out of bounds continues after this though. KthRam will run to the one of the race zombies and cancel the mission to get his car back. And what this allows us to do is drive back to the power plant during this mission. So we'll see that in action right now.
During this time, I would like to speak on the charity that we are supporting this marathon, the Haven House Children's Hospice. Haven's House Children's Hospice cares for seriously ill babies and children by creating a loving and warm environment for them and their families while they go through the toughest of times. Word from them is, no family should have to face alone the difficulties of looking after a child with serious illness. Although we cannot change their diagnosis, our specialist care team are here to provide support to parents and carers who have children with complex medical needs. Many of our children need 24-hour care and supervision. We are a lifeline for these families, supporting them through their children's illness. We are here for the whole family, including moms, dads, brothers, sisters, and grandparents. So if you would like to donate to the cause, do !donate. And we did just receive a donate from Shiba Area, and I'm always gonna mispronounce that. But donating £2 with the message smiley face.
Thanks, Ellie, for the
We get some
donation.
smiley face in the chat.
So what KthRam's going to do, very weirdly enough, is pick up a traffic car and pick up the waste, and then leave it. You need the waste for to go into the tractor beam to complete the mission. And how KthRam positions the 70s in the previous mission allows them to get back in. So, funny thing about that traffic car, it hasn't actually lost the waste. And so it'll actually respawn into traffic, and you can despawn it or look for it or whatever with the area deloaded. And you can enter the car again, the traffic car again, because there's no fail condition. And then you can enter the beam and talk to Snake, and you still got out of bounds loaded, so which is quite cool.
Wait, what's Axe doing?
Unfortunately, oh,
I had like 9 minutes to complete Homer 2. I am not going to be able to complete it in time, so I'm just doing any percent strats to at least get to at least be able to show the 7-6 out of bounds for 60, because there was no way I was going to complete a 12-minute level in 9 minutes.
So Axie's essentially invalidated the run by doing this. This is yeah.
This is not allowed.
This is some story missions now from Max.
As a little notice to what I'm doing, I'm sort of timing my reset car button so that I've managed to move around the cemetery without putting the area back in. I'm now at the Krusty Burger near the bridge, and I'm sort of lining myself up now so that when I accelerate forward, I should just drive straight out of bounds, manage to jump over the bridge and get out.
Boom.
Yep.
Okay, I hope this isn't a detox moment in 7-3.
Wait, you're in
And then
7-3?
the area will be deloaded for the last mission, and you can drive straight to the power plant with no troubles. You have to actually spawn inbounds to finish the race, though. And the out of bounds to get to complete the mission isn't really like worth it. I think it saves like the wall one saves like 5 seconds, and then there's like a really hard, precise one you can do which saves like 20. But as of 20, it might be 15. I don't know. But that one's very hard anyway.
So, interesting fact about 7-4. In any percent, right, it's the only mission you have to restart 5 times and then cancel to be able to then skip it to be faster. Because if you're on foot, there's a 30-second timer to fail, and if you're in car, it's like over a minute. So, you know.
You may as well show off time skip at this point.
I don't have joystick set up.
Oh man.
Uh-oh. This is bad.
Oh yeah, hit and run the last mission is very bad. Also, if you've activate the alien car here and you blow up the waste when it's activated, you have to restart mission. Otherwise, if you pick up the waste, the game will crash. There is some coding reason that I've forgotten about, but yeah,
It's because it doesn't. In a lot of missions, it doesn't allow the same car to be reloaded twice.
Yeah. So the game crashes when you pick up the waste and get back to where you would spawn in the car.
yeah, that's it.
Because the game's delayed.
Which
No longer thinks that it's fair.
So yeah, bad coding reason essentially.
But that
Anyway.
is GG.
Yeah, not a bad run. Okay.
Pretty bad.
Underestimate.
True.
Underestimate.
If you're still going, Axie, I think we've got a few minutes left.
Oh, cut your fingernails.
What mission are you on, Axie?
Axe is on 7.5.
Right. I do end up dying in a spaceship crash.
I'm only gonna go till the end of 7.6, I think, because my internet's also messing up.
Ah, okay.
Dad,
I was gonna
Oh
say
my
if I had
God, okay,
time
I'm
to
done.
do the memo.
That really happened? I thought
Oh.
I had a bad dream after eating too many
What did he
raw
do?
Oh.
No.
Oh, did he fall?
Town hero.
Nah, that was a waste blow.
On the lamppost?
Hot dog dream.
No,
Dad, your fans want you
on the
outside.
corner of the school.
fan?
Axie, no.
Oh,
So-
those fans.
That's GG. Thank you. This was a run. But
If Axie Sucky is an emote,
At least
the
our
channel,
show was a success.
probably an
I think we
emote
could
to
earn
spam.
heaven when we died. At least
Yeah.
we don't have to sit through the stupid
That is
video
all.
game
That is the
credits.
Simpsons hidden.
No!
Any final words for anyone else?
Essentially, thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to stick around for other cool runs in this marathon, and if you ever want to pick up this game for yourself. The community is very welcoming, always willing to help out new runners learn. It's not too bad of a game to actually pick up. The coin route's the hardest part to learn in a perspective, and there's lots of detailed guides on what coins to get when you're starting out.
Yep. So once again, that was the Simpsons Hit and Run All-Story Missions by Axington123 and KthRam. KthRam taking the win on the race. GG, both runners. And next up, we have me, Crazy Tonedog, doing some new Super Mario Bros. Wii Any %. So make sure you stick around for that.